Hey, good morning, everybody. Hope you had a nice evening. I want to wish everyone a very happy Friday and some really nice trades here. One on the retirement plan. Before we get started, though, let me just do the disclaimer really quick. This broadcast is for educational and demonstration purposes only. I am not a licensed financial advisor. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, please consult with a licensed financial advisor. Okay, look at this beautiful trade on the retirement plan. When I see I'm up $500, $600, $700, I like to right click on my stop and attach an indicator, and I go to properties. And then in my drop down of the indicators, I pick number 3, the modified fast. That's my 15 EMA. And if I click OK, it's going to turn into a momentum-based trailing stop. And my stop now is pinned right to my 15 EMA. So it gives it room, but it also ensures that I'm not going to give it all back. Kind of a happy medium. So here's our leaderboard this morning. We have the black gold strategy, gold AI drone. I have a very conservative strategy on crude that's doing well. The ES is green. Good morning, Rao. Gold is looking good today. And I had one of our members, LaDonna, ask how to switch this into her live account. So I wanted to show that really briefly. Or select the instrument, too. And we're going to select the instrument and switch it to our live account. LaDonna, if you're here, just give me some kind of sign, and I'll show you. Let's take a look at the overnight action here of the NASDAQ. Very volatile, up and down. Big move down overnight, back up, and now we're headed back south. And this is my 15 EMA, this dotted line here, red dotted line. And you can see my stop is pinned to that line. Hey, good morning, Leonard. Welcome. And if this is your first day here, I'm highlighting the AI Auto Trader with Right Line Trading. And we're going to be trading all of the index equities, the NASDAQ, the Dow, Russell, and E-mini. We also have a couple of bots that are trading crude oil and gold. So a really diversified portfolio of strategies. We're simultaneously trading 6 instruments. And what we do is we make a game time decision on which ones to put on our live or funded accounts. One of the factors that goes into that decision-making process is our leaderboard. Some of these strategies get really hot under certain market conditions, and the system does a great job of keeping a finger on the pulse of the market. Our 2-minute retirement plan just jumped right back in long. Our RSI line in our Laguerre oscillator broke through that 20% line, and it popped right back into a long trade. Our 50 EMA is red, so it's a bit of a counter trend trade right now. I know historically this strategy is one of my better strategies. So I always like to go with the NQ 2 minute. I think that yesterday I was showing the performance on the NQ 2 minute AI bot. Let's see, NQ 2 minute. AI bot 4541. My performance on this strategy for this month is at 5950. Let me regenerate that. Today's the 17th, so we'll put that into play as well. So this was my number one bot. So obviously this one weighs heavily, and it's something that I would want to trade on a funded or live account, me personally. So I see that it's doing well this morning, and for the month it's extremely good. So this is one that I'm definitely going to look to put onto my funded account. And another one of my favorites, especially right now, is this black gold strategy. This black gold strategy, you could see the volatility. We have big move down, up, down, up. So our signal A entry, which really loves those big swings up and down, is really a great one. If I go to and show you the performance this month of black gold, my black gold strategy now is up $5,500 for the month. It started out this morning with a few really beautiful trades. I had this long entry right here that went all the way up. The trade was closed, and then it took a short all the way down. Now it's back in a long trade headed back up. So I do like the crude oil strategy. Okay, LaDonna, let's do it. If we go to our strategies, and I'm just going to do as an example this black gold strategy. And if I right click and I select edit strategy, and I want to change it to my live account, what I would do first is where it says instrument, I would type CL. And when I type CL, it comes up in the drop down. And I'm just going to select crude oil futures. I'm going to double click it. And then I'm going to come down to my account and I'm going to put it on that Apex account and then select OK. So now I have it. I can enable it for that crude oil black gold. So I enabled black gold on that Apex account. And when that RSI line, and sometimes you could time these entries out if you're able to be in front of the charts. Right now it's in a downtrend. So once this RSI line in my oscillator comes up into this green area and then rolls back down and breaks through that 80% line, it would pop me into a short trade. So I just needed to go a little bit higher to break through that green area of my oscillator. Good morning, Dr. Jeff. Good to see you, sir. For my 30 range, my haymaker is my number 3 strategy. My haymaker also is a signal A entry. My signal B has been doing really well on the NASDAQ. So let's see. I'm just giving it a few minutes here to see what direction the NASDAQ takes. there are only options that I said. Make sure that let me. I saw the image and I couldn't really find where you were on that. If I edit the strategy, make sure that you're editing the automated strategy, the AI Auto Trader, one that's built under your Strategies tab of your Control Center. So step one is go to my Control Center Strategies. Find the AI Auto strategy that you want to change the account. Right-click on it. First disable it, then right-click. Go to Edit. Scroll down to the bottom. And just right here under Data Series is the only thing that you have to worry about. You want to make sure that you're on the NASDAQ. And then in your account, you'll have a drop-down that you can select whatever account it is you want. A futures or equity. Where is it asking that? What you want to be looking at is under the Data Series. And that's where you would put in the instrument. So, you know what? I might stick with this Signal B AI drone. I see this short roll down. And I'm going to enable the Signal B as well. And in anticipation of a short move, I see the volume is starting to spike. My 15 and 50 are both red. Momentum is almost pinned to the downside. Excuse me. So the Apex account that I'm trading today is an evaluation account, and we're just trying to get it over the hump. Starting the day with about $2,500-$2,600. So just a winner or two away, just maybe one winner away from getting it over the goal line. This is always the hardest time, right? Right when you're right there. And what I've learned the hard way, this is usually how we learn our lessons, is if I don't hit it, if I don't get it, and I reach my loss limit of about $500, to just try it again on Monday. Don't blow the whole account out. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. You're just $200 or $300 away, and you take a few losers, and then you kind of get. I kind of get frustrated and wind up blowing the whole thing and having to restart it. So the NASDAQ hasn't really found a direction here. I see it's still chopping around pretty good. So let's just wait a minute. No rush. Gold is in a beauty here, Rouse short. We're going to keep an eye on the 2-minute, too. So I really always like to watch these two charts, the NASDAQ charts, not only because they're fun to trade, but because they have a potential to get me to my goal very quickly on one trade. Did take this short on gold. Gold, we risk very little on gold for a really big move. I know FOMC. I looked at the Forex Factory, and one of the nice gentlemen on the with the Feds is speaking this morning. Member Waller, FOMC member Waller, and his associate Daly are going to try to whisper in the markets here at 10:15 and 12 noon. Here we go. So the NQ30 just jumped in short on that signal B. I think I just disabled it because we are still chopping around a little bit. But the AI auto jumped in. Likes this short move. Let me see if I did disable it. I did. So I think maybe I'll go in too. So I re-enabled mine. I like the way it's set up. We're really nice and tight to the 50. The 15 is below the 50. Still in this a bit of a sideways pattern here. Really excited about the weekend coming. Not really giving us any follow through to the downside. There goes gold. All of a sudden, gold just clicked. Yeah, we're still in this sideways motion. And I happen to be in the trade. All right, so I am in this trade on the Apex account. I think what I'm going to do is just give it a little more room because I'm in this sideways pattern. I'm just going to pull it up above the 50. A little more risk associated now with this trade. I like our market structure with the 15 below the 50. I just a little bit of a consolidation pattern. It's kind of trying to make up its mind which way to go. Hopefully we get a pop to the short side. Not a great entry here with this sideways movement, but who knows? Maybe it'll work in our favor. Come on down. Let me see what I need to make on this. Let me look at my my laptop's closed. Hey, Toby. Good morning, sir. Toby, which strategy do you like today? Need you to pick one. Take your time. Don't make a hasty decision. Toby has the gift of discernment. Hey, there he is. Hey, Nightbot. Good to see you. It's really going to make us sweat this one out, I guess. We got a small profit on the gold trade. I just missed that long entry. Crude's just been red hot, very volatile, big swings up and down. That this system has just been hitting the cash register. Yesterday, very exciting day. Mark Miller, man, it was Miller time. Had a $10,000 trade using a trade copier with 5 accounts, using our new one-day pass strategy. That was very thrilling to see. Great trade, Mark. We've got those new exciting one-day to pass strategies that, with one good trade, right now with that 90% sale, you get an Apex account for just a few dollars, and you got basically a 1 in 3 shot of passing it in one trade. Let me give this a little room. Not too much, though. Can't get any follow through right now. Bounced right off that area of resistance. That blue line is an area of resistance. Bounced right off, and it's headed right back to the 50. Try it on the evaluation? Okay. You talked me into it. Let me open up my Rhythmic Pro. Give me just a second. This might just jump right back in long here. Look at that. See that? Hit my stop and then rolled right to the downside. Hang on, let me see what account is. I can do the 1 day pass. Let's try a 1 day pass. I think I have another account that I can use. Yeah, exactly, Ralph. Give me just a second. Oh, you know what? I am long CL. Great. So I did get into this trade on crude oil, I think. Maybe not. Yeah. Crude oil long. Apex 13. Oh. Oh, it's on the wrong month. Look at that. July. Be careful with crude oil. Make sure that you're on the right contract month. So I did get into this trade. Let me open my Rhythmic Pro. Give me just a moment. Okay, my other computer's just booting up now. We got nicked out of the crude trade. I know I could very likely catch this short roll if crude goes down. Our retirement plan just got in long. Starting to set up for a long trade on the signal B as well, on the 30 range. There it goes. So now we got this short roll on crude. Let's see if we can get some follow through here to the downside. Hey, good morning, Stephen. Good to see you. Happy Friday. NASDAQ hasn't really found a direction. It's chopping around pretty good. I wonder if it has anything to do with FOMC. What's the nice guy's name? Five, five. You're funny. Uh, yeah, 10:15. The gentleman Waller, I think his name is going to be speaking with the FO. He's with the FOMC. I know that when anyone from the FOMC is going to get ready to speak, there's a lot of caution because one wrong thing or could cause a big dip down or vice versa. Any kind of positive perspective could cause a burst up. But the black gold strategy's been red hot all week, and right now that's where my money's at, is on the crude oil trade. And we're going to try a one day to pass strategy. I've got an account that my laptop just fired up, so I'm going to see which Apex account it is. It's a fresh account, and we're going to put it on one of these to do the one day pass. We'll give it a try. Okay, Toby. Toby has put in his recommendation. The NQ30 signal B has been hot. I like that pick. My 2-minute bot has been outperforming my drone. The 2-minute signal A AI bot. Okay, let me see if I could see what account it is. Give me a second here. Okay, it's number 9. We're going to put it into the. We're going to try that haymaker. No, I'm sorry, the signal B, just like Toby said. And what we're going to do is we're going to edit it, and I'm going to put in the ATM of our one-day pass. The one-day pass ATM. Let me open it up. It's going to be on our master spreadsheet. What we're going to do is we're going to put this up to 10 contracts. And let me see where it is. We have the ES one day to pass. Where's the NQ? Here we go. NQ 50-30 range, one day to pass. This is the ATM strategy here. It's 10 contracts, and we're going to 50 tick stop and a 62 tick profit target. So we got a 52 tick stop, a 62 tick profit target. There is no trailer. We're going to give it all the room it needs. And we're going to put a profit window of 10. The profit window means if it comes within 10 ticks, it's going to put a bracket in where it can only give back 10 ticks when you're 10 ticks away from your profit target. So that profit window is a really nice way to manage the trade and lock in profits. So this is our, I'm going to call it our one day 1 day pass. And we're going to switch it to number 9. And we're going to give it a whirl. Wait, that's not it. I wanted it in account number 9. Let's be careful. I think I'm going to wait until after Waller speaks at 10:15. I'm going to time it. Right now, it's there's a little too much indecision. I don't see a clear trend yet. So we're going to practice a little patience. Right now, I have the crude oil, and I also have the signal B in account 13. If it breaks through that area of resistance, or in this case support, we've got some running room to the downside. I'll pin my stop to the 15. Here we go. Now we need this break. And YM. Okay, I didn't see that second one. The YM10 range, signal A. Let's see if we're on the board with that one. Nope. We'll have to keep an eye on that one, Toby. Fridays can be a little difficult. Let's sit on our hands here for a while. I'd love to see this crude trade give me a little bit of follow through. I think I maybe give it a little more room. So we've retested this area of support. How many times? 1, 2, 3. So it's testing that line. Okay, crude wicked us out as well. So we've got some really exciting strategies to pass the evaluations in just one day. I'm tempted to set one up on the retirement plan as well. The retirement plan, let me take a look at the ATM on that one. One day to pass. Retirement plan. Actually, right now it's only on the Haymaker, it looks like. Yeah. It's probably going to be the exact same thing on the retirement plan. So what I could do is come back to my strategies and do a new strategy and select the AI Auto Trader P under my available list. And I'm going to load that NQ 2-minute Signal A AI bot. This is the one that I've been having the most success with. And I'm going to load that, and I'm just going to increase the number of contracts to 10 with a 50-tick stop loss, and we're just going to go for 62 ticks, and we don't have to worry about breaking even. And we'll put a 10-tick profit window, and we're going to call this the retirement one-day pass. So now we're ready for the 30 range or the 2-minute on the one-day pass. I thought that was going to happen. My 50 crossed that 20% line in the Laguerre, and it jumped into crude oil long. So we're back in the game with crude oil. Strategy for discounted days, yes. When Apex runs a big sale, those are our go-to strategies. Well, listen, our strategy is going to change, once we get the PA accounts. Mine is, everybody has their own style. But once I do get the PA accounts, and what I'm going to do for YouTube is I have 5 accounts on this computer here, and I'm going to my goal is to turn the 5 into PA accounts, and then adhering to that 30% rule to be able to consistently get a withdrawal bi-monthly or monthly, adhering to that 30% rule, and trying to have a strategy that practices good capital preservation and trade management, and is going to conform to all their rules. Thank you, Toby. Okay, look, we're setting up right now for that 30 range signal A in a big way. You can see my RSI line on the 30 range broke through. So a signal A roll to the downside. Right now, our 15 is green, but it won't stay that way for long if this thing rolls. So let's keep an eye on the NASDAQ. This 2-minute, if this market reverses and starts going long, the 2-minute would be a juicy entry to the upside. It's just in this channel here. Been in this narrow channel all morning. Right now we're at the bottom of the channel. Yeah, the signal A is going to... Nope, we didn't get the confirmation. So NQ, right now, the best thing to do right now is kind of sit on your hands on that NQ. I don't see anything. Hey, Doc. All right. Great job. How'd you do it, Doc? Doc qualified for 2 more accounts. Good luck is in the air. That YM jumped in, Toby. It's the Signal A bot. So that's the one that Toby was telling us. Hey, keep an eye on the YM. Let's take a look. Where is my YM? Here it is. Here's your trade here, Toby. There goes the Signal A on the 2-minute. Oh, Lord. Right to the top of that channel. Very low volume on crude oil. It's going at a snail's pace right now. But Waller, I think, is in the process of saying whatever it is he had to say. I can get gold to pop on us. We don't need much. We are setting up for that signal B, aren't we? To the long side. So I'm going to go to my strategies and, well, let's give it a minute. I think we have room for 60 ticks here. Used a new eval and traded 10 contracts. Nice. Thanks for sharing that with us, Doc. So Doc hit his 1-day pass with the 10 contract strategy. Which, if you don't mind me asking, Doc, which instrument did you trade it on? Was it the NASDAQ? It's a low volume day so far. We'll see if this P&L goes to $310. It would have hit the 1-day pass on this long move. One account with crude oil and one account with Nasdaq. Nice. Those are the two I love. Those are my two. Great trading, Doc. Great job. So Doc hit two 1-day passes on crude oil and the Nasdaq. And unfortunately, that sale ends on May 20th regarding the 90% off. But listen, until the end of the month, it's 80% off. So it's still a really good deal. Here we go. Now we're getting a little bit more volume, pushing to the upside. My 15, just about to cross my 50. It popped me in on the apex. That's not the 1-day pass, though. That's still the one contract strategy. This is the haymaker strategy. Getting a little bounce on crude oil here. Nice. Thank you, Doc. Okay, come on now. Got an opportunity here. Opportunity's knocking. I think I'm going to squeeze this up a little bit. Come on. This could put us over the hump right here. I think we need about 450. Come on now. Take off. Very low volume. Here we go. Go ahead. Sure. The positions I'm monitoring, I'm trading these on an Apex, both of these positions on an Apex account. The one on the right is our NASDAQ 30 range haymaker. And you can see my stop is this red tag here, and my profit target is up here. We're in the trade on basically a 4-to-1 risk to reward ratio. We're risking 50 ticks to make 200. And the system took the trade to the upside, following with the direction of institutional money. It's a trend trade. Our 15 and our 50 moving averages are both green and pointed up. And we got in right about the cross of the 15 and the 50. Our Laguerre oscillator, we have the RSI line pinned to the top, meaning momentum is headed up, is pushing the price of the NASDAQ higher. The one on the left, momentum just shifted. My RSI line crossed through the 80% line, and the system just triggered a short entry on crude oil. So the system trades 6 different instruments simultaneously, and it does a really great job of tracking the flow of institutional money. And really, I need to, on this account that I'm trading right now, it needs about $450, I think it was, to get through the evaluation stage of the Apex evaluation accounts. So I don't necessarily need a full winner on this trade. I could take a quick peek and see where my account balance is. Let me see. I'm at 52,480. So 52,480, I would need $520 after commissions of profits. Right now, combined, it looks like I'm at about 400. So I need a little more. Need one of these trades to, or both of them, to move a little bit further. I'm headed right up into an area of resistance. The software does a great job of identifying risk. It'll print these, we call them either pivots or volume zones, where there's a large number of buyers or sellers just sitting at those prices that are letting us know that we're headed into an area of resistance. A lot of the time, I like to move my profit target just below it, or I could kind of squeeze my stop up a little bit. But I'm really close, I think, to hitting what I needed to. I need 520, and I'm at 370 and 70, 440. So let's give it just a little more room here. Very close now. And the worst is when you're like $10 or $20 away. That's when the... See, now it's at 450. All right. But it really, having this automated strategy, some of the benefits. I was talking to Leonard yesterday, and man, when you don't have it and you're, trying to focus on a fast-moving market and making very fast decisions on exactly when to get in, it's very stressful. It's not physically, it's mental more than anything, and emotional. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears goes into a trading day when you're doing everything on a discretionary basis. Afterwards you feel like you could drink a fifth of vodka. With a system like this, it takes a lot of that away, a lot of that stress and pressure. Having a system like this that's making those split-second decisions for you without ever making a human error, it really gives us an edge. Yeah, sure. Hmm. The what we have a few different ways that we can leverage this software to trade prop accounts. Um, one strategy to get us past the evaluations is we have what's called a one-day pass strategy. Especially right now when prop accounts are at a 90% discount. Instead of taking the conservative route and trading it, and taking the time to get to, if you're, whatever your profit goal is for that account size that you're trading. Let's just use a $50,000 account for an example. If your goal is to get $3,000, rather conservatively trade a contract and fight our way to 3,000. We have a strategy that uses the maximum number of contracts that the prop firm allows, which on a $50,000 account would be 10 contracts. 10 contracts on a $50,000 account, if we're trading the NASDAQ, we would need 62 ticks. 62 ticks of profit, and we have a strategy that'll do it in one trade. Statistically speaking, we have about a little bit greater than a 1 in 3 chance, about a 1 in 2.5 chance, between 35 and 40% chance of going 60 ticks, almost a coin flip. So, you figure if worst case scenario you have to buy 3 accounts at 90% off, you're looking at about $60. But one of those 3 trades statistically is going to hit your profit target and get you past the evaluation. Very stress-free, with as little stress as possible. And it gives you the ability with a trade copier, which is a tool that a lot of prop traders, and soon I'm going to go to it as well. Mark Miller yesterday did a great job of showing how he leverages his trade copier to trade 10 accounts simultaneously on one trade. So you can actually, 10x everything and do 10 accounts at once with 10 contracts, and in one trade, you can pass 10 evaluation accounts. Going with our statistics of 1 and 3, if you did 10x, 10 times each trade, for each prop account, you figure if it's, I think it's about $20 right now, or somewhere around $20, $25. Let's say 25 times 10 would be $250. So that's what you'd be risking if you did 10 accounts at once. You'd be risking the cost of those evaluation accounts. The nice part about evaluation accounts or prop accounts in general is you're never risking any of your own capital. So with very little risk, the potential upside is tremendous. We watched Mark yesterday take one trade. He made $10,000 on one 60-tick trade, leveraging 5 accounts. And the day before, I think he made $40,000. So the sky's the limit. When you start leveraging the trade copier and multiple evaluation, or multiple, I should say, performance accounts. The evaluation accounts, really, we can't make any money. It's really just a vehicle to get us to the performance account. Once we get the performance account, our strategy has to change just a little bit. We have to adhere to that 30% rule. And from my understanding with the 30% rule is you look how much profit that you've made in your account. So if you started with 50,000 and let's say, for example, it's at 53,000, you got $3,000 of profit. What you would do is you would multiply that 3,000 times 0.3, which comes out to $900. So your largest trade, your biggest trade, can't be more than $900 in order to get the payout. You're funny, Ralph. Hey, listen, with those kinds of returns, you're right. Incredible. Let's go back to our accounts. It's just such a slow, miserable day right now with such low volume. But this is our leaderboard here. You can see we have a lot of accounts in the green. Normally, we've got several accounts that are, in triple digits and quadruple digits, so over $1,000. Today, we have crude oil is at 580. The 2-minute retirement plan is at 550. Another oil at 350. The Russell is at 145. My Apex account is only up $70 right now, which is good. Anything. Listen, if you're not if you're not in the red, anything green is a good day. Now we're coming up into that big area of resistance. It rode it right up to that channel that was defined. It took this long entry right at the bottom of that channel, rode it right up, and it bounced, and now it's trying to push through. But as you can see, it's got a lot of upside resistance to get through. A lot of upside resistance. Yeah, 7. You're right, Leonard. We were talking about that on the phone. You don't need the crazy big numbers with a trade copier and multiple accounts. What Leonard, the point he just made is, even if you can, you could probably trade some micros and make $70 or $80 a day, and you multiply that by 5 or 10, and you do it every day. It adds up, man. Does it add up into a tremendous amount of money? So this crude trade is kind of bouncing on us here. Things were looking bright for a short period of time. Today, I think we just got to take what the market's going to give us. So $70 a day, Leonard pointed out, is $1,750 a week, or $7,000 a month. Not bad for $70 a day. You're right, Leonard. Amen to that. Not bad at all. I'm really happy to hear the Doc that you were able to get those 2 accounts passed today. Great job. Doc's a great guy. He lives just a few hundred miles to the north of where we are. He's in Central Florida. The good old villages, yes. And Kush is Doc's neighbor. Kush is our prop trader. We had a really great webinar yesterday. If you haven't seen the presentation on the AI Auto Trader, I'm going to put a link in the chat box to learn more about the power that this system has. We recorded the trade from yesterday. Here we go with a short roll on this 2-minute. I really like the short roll because it has all that resistance. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try the 1-day pass on the retirement plan on account 9. And I'm going to anticipate, because we're at the top of our channel, I'm going to anticipate it coming roll down back to this bottom line here. But we'll see what happens. I just enabled the 1-day pass just to see if we can get on the board today. Who knows? So we also have the signal B. The signal B means if it continues up through these areas of resistance, it'll put us in a long trade on account 13. But if we catch a reversal, a bounce, and a roll to the downside, we'll be in on the 1-day to pass on the NASDAQ 2-minute. So we have a couple of different opportunities on NASDAQ. The crude oil trade looks like it's bouncing back, giving us some heat. The nice part about these strategies is we're not risking a lot of money with the one contract strategy. Basically we're risking on crude, I think it's 15 ticks. So we're risking $150 with the potential to make 900. So if we do pull in a loser, it's not going to be the end of our day. Here comes the NASDAQ with the roll. It's amazing how low the volume is. In the bottom right-hand corner of my chart is how many contracts per minute are crossing. So it's 145, 160 contracts per minute. When institutional money, when the institutions start jumping in, you'll see that number start going 2,000, 3,000, and those are the times you jump in. The system will jump in for you, actually. And the fireworks begin. We'll see if we can get this one day to pass in the trade. It would come in on the top right once this Laguerre passes through. We'll put it on account 9 just in case it does. We'll be ready for it. It's a ranging market, very ranging, choppy. We're in this channel, and we're almost at the top of the channel here. So if we can get in a short and come right back down to where our support is, I think it'll give us the 60 ticks that we need. Here we go. Very close. Great question, Ricardo. For your own live account, you could trade this system with the micros with just a couple of $1,000 just to give yourself some cushion. With the minis, you'd probably want somewhere between $5,000 or $10,000 to start, just so you have a little bit of a cushion. You don't want to have a bad day or two and not be able to trade. They're trying to push the price up. They're trying to push the price up through these areas of resistance. It's going to be a tough climb. The Dow, I know why Toby picked the Dow. The Dow's been red hot. The Dow broke 40,000, broke the all-time high. So I want to put that, Ricardo, I want to put the link in that will provide you with more information. Excuse me. Let me see if I have it. Oh, I have it on my notepad. Very close to getting into that short trade on the NASDAQ 2-minute. I'm going to put a link in the chat box that will really give you some great information on this AI auto trader. Surprised it didn't pop us in there. Yeah, check out that link. It was just made yesterday. Very fresh information. It really goes into detail about our one-day past strategies for evaluations, how the system works, what it leverages. Goes over the most frequently asked questions. Crude oil. Oh, look at that. It's oh, I know why the bot didn't take a trade, because the drone is in a trade, a long trade. Yeah, our 2-minute strategy actually took a trade on long a little earlier that it's in. It took this long entry towards the bottom of our channel, and it rode it up. Well, we're still, believe it or not, we're still in this crude trade. It's kind of just hanging out there in the wind. That's a shame. See, the way the logic works on these strategies is your bot and drone. We've leveraged artificial intelligence into these automated bots, and the logic is the bot and the drone will take trades in tandem. They're two totally separate strategies, but one is a bot, one is a drone. The drone's only role, they both share the same database, and the drone is telling the bot what the range of the market is. The maximum forward excursion, the max adverse excursion, and it's telling it where to put its stop and its profit targets. So it has the most chance, the highest probability of making a profitable trade. So if the drone is in a trade already, it's not going to tell the bot to take another trade while it's in a trade. So that's what the situation is right now. Why I did not get into this short entry, because you could see my drone is in a trade already. So the smarter thing for me to do, instead of duplicating the bot, was to duplicate the drone itself, or even use the retirement plan strategy. And then I would have been in this short trade. I would have got in right at the break of this RSI line coming through the Laguerre oscillator. Looks like it's a beautiful entry too. I'm wondering if the retirement plan took it. It did. Look at that. So our 2-minute retirement plan might have taken that entry. No, it looks like it's in a long trade. I'm sorry we missed that entry. That would have been a beautiful one. So I'm going to take that 1-day pass off of that retirement plan now. Let me go to my strategies. And I'm just going to disable this. We missed the entry. We are in the crude trade. All right, I finally got stopped out of that crude oil trade. I'm going to disable crude too. The volume I think is just a little too low right now. Just not moving. Oh, that 2-minute trade would have been a beauty. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Hoping it gets stopped out here. Okay. And here we go with this short roll. So let's go back to the 1-day pass on the haymaker. And I'm going to disable crude. I was all over that 2-minute. Look at that. Let's see what open positions we've got here. Some longs on the Dow, short on the E-mini, and we're short the YM. Toby, I think the signal A was the way to go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see if it popped us in on both of them. It did. All right, so here's our 1-day to pass. Our 1-day pass. Come on. Oh, we almost got there. Good burst of volume here. Come on down. Come on down. Mm. Boy, we almost got there too, didn't we? Go ahead. Roll on down. Hey, come on. Mm. Ah, not sure. Oh, it hit our. Oh, you know what happened is I left the daily risk. I made a mistake. I left the daily risk on it at 1,000. So when it reached $1,000 drawdown, it stopped and it closed me out on my P&L limit. Oh, if this goes on to win, I'll be sick. But you know what? I'm still in it on my other account. Nope, I'm out of that one too. Hmm. Oh, because of the trailer. Yeah. We were just on the 1 day pass. The 1 day pass. Just curious to see what this trade does now, just so I could see it. Now, I'll tell you what happened, Thomas. This entry here was on the 1 day to pass. On that 1 day to pass, what I did was that's this one here. If it kind of saved me, I think it would have stopped me out here. The 1 day to pass. What we need to do is put the session loss limit um, to 2,500 and the session profit target to 3,100. That's I forgot to do that. So what happened was is the trade went against me. I was down $1,000, and and it automatically closed the position, and it kind of saved me on that one because I think it would have stopped me out, but I didn't have the settings exactly right. I was in a hurry. Okay, we're going to try to catch this 2 minute back up. NQ. We'll just leave it there. So I put the 1 day to pass on the 30 range, and I also have a trade on the 2 minute signal A. Not an easy day on Fridays, let me tell you. Yeah, let's see. Let's signal A. Let's find these Apex accounts. All right, we took the haymaker on 13. And the 1-day pass on number 9. So we're looking for a short roll here on the 30 range. Thomas. It's like on Wednesday, Peter said it's better to get a half a loaf than a poke in the eye. Let's see what position we got in. Crude oil and the Dow. Oh, I just lost my data for a second. I lost all my connections. All right, kind of a slow day. Let me run to the restroom, and I'll be right back, and we'll wrap it up for the week. We'll go over our top strategies. Excuse me for just one moment. Oh, okay, sorry about that. Check our positions. Okay. Okay, the strategy of the week. Here we go. Crude oil, black gold. Let's make sure no other accounts are checked. The black gold strategy, trading one contract, made $3,344 this week. That was number one. Number two is the NQ 2-minute AI bot, 2482. And then number three, I believe, is the one that Toby picked, the NQ30. Let's see the difference of all the NQ30s. The Haymaker was down 1,000, 1,700 this week. The Signal A bot down 1,400. The Signal A drone down 1,800. Now watch and see what the Signal B did. The trend trading strategy. The bot only up 705. And the drone was up 911. So the Signal B on the 30 range NASDAQ did significantly better than the Signal A. But our two hottest strategies were crude oil and that 2-minute, the 2-minute on the NASDAQ, catching those reversals. Catching the reversals on the 2-minute was a really great strategy this week. It's staying right in that channel still. Having a tough time breaking out. Friday afternoons, by this time now, all those hotshot investment bankers are out on the golf course talking about how much money they made. So it gets a little slow. The volume seems to wane. But I do want to say thank you for joining me today. And we hope that, God willing, that we'll be back next week. I hope everybody's able to share some quality time with the people that care about the most. Have a blessed weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Thomas, the one pass strategy is in our Discord chat group. Discord chat. Let's watch this one last trade. Let's see if the retirement plan can do it again. You know what? I like that 2-minute Signal A right now. See if we could jump back into that retirement Signal A. I like the short roll. Problem is the drone is in this long. Let's put it real quick on the retirement plan. Let's give it a shot short. Boom, I just heard it go off too. Let's see what happens. Here it is. I didn't move the stopper. Okay. Oh, I didn't have enough room because of the previous trade I lost on it. All right, well, we gave it a shot. Thanks a lot, everybody, for joining me. Have a great weekend. We will see you next week. The average percentage per week after all profits, losses, assuming a cash account. Let me put my phone number in here because I'd really like to explain to you our methodology and add a little context to my answer. So I'm going to put the office phone number in. And I'll be happy to answer your question. I want to explain to you a little bit of how our methodology works. So again, I want to thank everyone. Have a great weekend, everybody.